Yo, shout out to all the big Call of Duty YouTubers out there that seem to have come to their senses some. I've always said, well, not just me, but a few other people, I always wondered why some of these people complain about Call of Duty over the years, but yet they still promote it. They promote the hell out of it. And they still buy it. And everybody's buying it. And they're not realizing that they are part of the problem. What they don't want to see, what they want to change, all that stuff is not going to happen. And it's not going to happen when you all keep helping them and promoting the BS that they do. It's like you're going right against what you don't want to see happen, and you bring it right into the fold indirectly. So now they're finally realizing, and I'm glad that a lot of them are picking up on Battlefield 1, because yeah, that is the game right there. That's a great game. I'm happy to see what DICE did. It looks like it almost looks like how it was when Call of Duty 4 came about, when Activision finally let Infinity Ward do their thing, and then we got Call of Duty 4. Well, that's kind of what happened here with DICE, when EA finally let DICE just do their own thing and then give them that pass, and this is what came of BF1, Battlefield 1. And I'm glad we got it. Now, with Call of Duty, it's such a sad thing, because over the years, I just been on the sidelines looking at Call of Duty while everybody else has been eating it up. What was it? From Black Ops 1 all the way up to Black Ops 3, and now Infinite Warfare. Yeah, I know some of those games are probably good, and I know on consoles they're probably better than I think, only because I'm used to playing a certain way that stopped when Modern Warfare 2 came out. So we couldn't really play like that anymore. We really didn't have the larger maps. The maps started shrinking. Player count was basically what consoles are used to, 6-on-6 or 9-on-9, and Call of Duty just remained small. So I couldn't really get with it. And plus, it started changing to something I wasn't really feeling. A lot of the Future Warfare. And it's funny because I like Future. I like Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark is my favorite first-person shooter. But I just wasn't feeling Call of Duty. Like, Call of Duty is... I always know Call of Duty to be Call of Duty, and if you play Call of Duty from Call of Duty 1 all the way up to World at War, or maybe even Call of Duty 2 Black Ops, not Call of Duty 2, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops, you know what Call of Duty is all about. Yes, it did change dramatically since Call of Duty 4. It was no longer the type of Call of Duty that the older players remember, and it's a shift, it's a cycle. If you think about it, the older players, they really didn't like the direction things were headed with Call of Duty 4, because Call of Duty 4 just changed everything. But then came some other new Call of Duties, the futuristic Call of Duties. Those came about, and they caused a rift. And so some of the people that were used to playing a certain way now had to deal with that. And once they started flying all over the place, the wall running, the double jumping, and leaving the ground with that, then there was a big complaint amongst those Call of Duty players. What they're going for is another base of Call of Duty players. They do want the kids, they want the young people, and they want people to spend their money on microtransactions and things of that nature. So just like they did us, they are doing you all, and then they're moving on to a whole new audience. And meanwhile, I think what's going on with Battlefield is they're trying to capture all the people that are, a bit fed up with that, the way things are going over there. But I'm really happy to see all the big YouTubers really get it together and finally just say, you know what? I'm not gonna do this like that. I'm not gonna keep just promoting and saying, yeah, this is great when they know it's garbage. And it's just great to see a change. It's good to see a lot of people hopping on over to Battlefield 1 because I'm a World at War player. Most of our clan are World at War players. We had to change over. I mean, we need dedicated servers. We need a lot of things that Call of Duty just doesn't provide anymore. And so now we're over here on Battlefield 1. Now, yeah, some of us were already playing Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3, but I don't think I will. I think Battlefield 1 will be the one I play more than Battlefield 4. Not in an obvious sense, but what I mean is by the hours put in. I bought Battlefield 4 late. I got that late. But Battlefield 1, I've already put more hours into it than I have with Battlefield 4. Just like that. And I think we do need something, just something that's still about that war. Like if we like these first person shooters. We came into Call of Duty. Call of Duty was still a game about war. Like the name Call of Duty, when you think of it, you think of that war. That's what you think of. But Call of Duty is really no longer about war, and it's more about, I don't know, maybe arena shooter or something like that. It's something else. It's something else. People wanted change, and I guess that's the change you got. But the change, I'm gonna do the change myself, and I'm gonna have to take a break off of Call of Duty. I don't know how long, because I don't think they'll ever return. So I'm going to head on over here to Battlefield land and kick up dust over here. And there's a lot of things I asked for in Call of Duty. I asked for a lot of things that are happening in Battlefield or that already exist in Battlefield. And I'm happy about that. So that's where I'm at now. That's where a lot of people are moving to. And I think if you all, like some of you Call of Duty players out there, used to Call of Duty, if you all are on the fence and you all have always thought some kind of way about Battlefield, this is the Battlefield to get into. This is the one you want. Great maps like Amiens, those maps are very entertaining. Now I know there's things that are not going to be for everybody and it takes a bit of adjusting, but it's really not that difficult, which we'll get into in the next one. But it's not that difficult at all. Not the way people may make you all think. Don't let them make you all think like that. It's a different experience, but it's a different experience in such a good way when you see how things have progressed, because like we were talking about in a few other videos a while back, when you just they're not games to be compared. Don't get me wrong by that. I'm not comparing Call of Duty to a Battlefield because they're both two totally different games. However, it's just the look of Infinite Warfare that just really threw me off, because I was playing the beta of Battlefield 1 at the time when the footage of Infinite Warfare started to hit. Infinite Warfare started to hit, and I was looking at it, I was like, wow, this is a bit dusty here. This is just like, it looks, I don't know, it just looks old. It looks like it's just basic. I don't get any excitement in it. I don't know. And then, I go back to Battlefield and I see I know people have talked about this, but that was the one thing I noticed way back, even watching video of the alpha, just like the water droplets hitting the gun from the rain, and just how it is. Like even if you hold your gun in the air, you won't see the drops on your gun unless you hold your gun at a certain level, and then you'll see the raindrops on it. I mean, you'll see the dust and mud kick up on it, all that good stuff. And it's great to see in the game, especially in this era. Like where we're at now, Call of Duty's cool. It's the basic thing. It just really threw me off when I saw something like Battlefield and all the effects and everything. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to do that, but they really took it there, especially from the weather effects. The weather effects that just change the dynamics of the game while you're playing. It's really a sight to behold. It's a great look, and I gotta congratulate Dice for that. But yeah, I'm happy about the big YouTubers. They finally broken that spell, and it looks like they're on board now. And I hope a lot of others get on board, because if you really want something to change, as some of them say, vote with your wallet. If you really want something to change, you have to make that change. You just complaining about it or thumbs down every Call of Duty video is really not going to get you to change. The change is in you. You have to stop. You have to say, okay, I'm not gonna support that this year. You gotta do something. And if you gotta play something, I think Battlefield is a fresh change for you. If you're a Call of Duty player, give Battlefield 1 a try for a change. So that's all I want to say, and I'm really happy about the big YouTubers, because they do really, they can sway opinion. They can have a lot of power that some of them do realize they have, but overall it was just hurting the way things are with Call of Duty, because the more and more you give that to them, the more they don't really care. They know they got you, so they will continue to do whatever they do, and you all will continue to be angry. That's just that. So congrats to all the big YouTubers out there. Now, if you all like this video, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you subscribe. All this helps the channel, helps us a long way. It also helps us to keep bringing you the great game servers out there. We'll get back with you all later on. Thank you all for the support. You all have been good, and we hope to get some more in this game. And holla.
Like a grenade!